Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sam,
I'm Ren.
and that's that. Today we're going to talk about the spooky news for June 2025.
June.
Now, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think there were going to be any.
No,
I
not
thought-
in June.
What? June? Well, apparently there are a few.
What?
There's a few stories, yeah.
Okay.
One thing I will tell you, though, there are no ghost stories. So if you're here
What?
purely for the spirits, you might as well leave
I'm
now.
here for the spirits.
Get out then.
Bye.
We do have plenty of other stories, though. So if you're interested, perhaps, in some UFOs. Yeah, one of them. We've got some stories for you.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready? Okay.
Dive into it.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, why not?
If you wanna, I'm not gonna force you to. But if you wanna dive into it,
Let's.
let us go.
All right, here we go. This is UFOs.
Right.
Here's the first story. People urged to report crop circles to police.
In a specific area.
The source for this is the BBC.
The Bubaka. Oh, I've kicked it over. Sorry.
A police force has asked people to report crop circles, warning that creating them without the landowner's permission is criminal damage. Crop circles are a common sight in Wiltshire, with many created legally, but some are not, and Wiltshire police say they can cause short and long-term damage to crops and fields. The force said they also attract other issues, such as unlawful drone use, aggravated trespass, and theft from farm buildings. Quote, while they may look impressive, creating crop circles without the landowner's permission is criminal damage. These acts can cause serious short and long-term damage to crops and fields and may also attract further illegal activity. Said the Wiltshire police. Landowners who find themselves with a crop circle on their land and do not want visitors to come and see it are being asked to make sure there are clear, no public access signs around it. If they're happy with the public visiting, then they are responsible for the health and safety on their land, and so may need to get advice from their insurer, police said. Wiltshire police are urging people to report crop circles through their 101 phone number or online. That's the whole story.
That's it. Good. Good as it should be.
Obviously, like, what the hell? Why is there so many crop circles in Wiltshire? Apparently, this is an ongoing problem.
Right.
So I guess it says some are happening legally. So I guess some people are admitting to doing some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And others, are they not?
Maybe.
Like, you know, it's I don't know how to explain, but like, apparently there's just a lot of crop circle in Wiltshire. And there are also a lot of UFO sightings in Wiltshire. You know? Is anyone from Wiltshire? Can you tell us?
Tell us.
I feel like you haven't really heard about crop circles for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And then in June of this year, 2025, all of a sudden it's like there's a lot of crop circles in Wiltshire. Report it to the police if you see them. Is something going on in Wiltshire?
Don't know, but I'm with them on the reporting it.
I definitely
Shit.
report it
Right.
if you've got one. But is this a sign of something? Perhaps a larger planned event.
Oh, larger planned event.
I know people. What do you think about crop circles? Do you think they're legit? So I know people. They've shown that people can make them, like with a board on some like a flat board on some string or whatever, and you're pressing down on them. But it takes them a long time. And
I don't think I've ever seen them in real life.
some of them, I believe, appear quickly. And the suggestion is that there's no way a person could do some of them.
I've only ever seen it in films.
Yeah, but they look like that in real life.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I
Bigger
don't know.
than that, you know. So I'm just saying, keep an eye out over this in the skies if you're from Wiltshire, because who knows?
Could be an alien.
That's a first little story. I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna say anything more about that. Don't ask me.
But
Don't ask me. Here's the next story. Scientists probing alien mummies make shocking discovery inside womb of corpse.
Lovely.
The source for this is the Mail Online. The mystery surrounding the bizarre alien mummies found in Peru has deepened after scientists claimed they discovered a fetus inside the womb of one of the corpses. Now, you'll remember these, we've talked about them before.
I do remember, yeah.
Yeah. Dozens of mummified bodies were found in the Nazca Desert in 2017 by a local named Leonardo Rivera, sparking years of investigation into their origins. The otherworldly figures were later found to have metal implants in their three-fingered hands and elongated heads. However, other scientists who claimed to have analysed the specimens determined the mummies were dolls made from animal bones fused with modern glue. But Dr. David Ruiz Vela, a lead expert investigating the alleged remains, and journalist Joyce Mantilla, now revealed that they discovered a fetus inside a mummy named Montserrat while analysing the remains at a radiology centre in Lima. The team believes Montserrat died 1,200 years ago when she was less than 30 weeks pregnant. CT scans captured the fetus lying on its back with its head down near the belly area and chest with its arms closer to the pelvic region. Scientists suggest its bones were still soft, just starting to harden when Montserrat died, leaving parts of the spine and ribs unable to fuse together. They determined the age of the fetus based on the size of its femur, 43 millimeters long, which is used to estimate gestational age in prenatal ultrasounds, suggesting it was less than 30 weeks.
Oh, Discord's popping off. In the alien Discord, is it?
It's Adam, not alien.
Shout out to Adam,
Oh my god.
who's not an
Adam,
alien. Mute it.
I'm gonna have to.
Let's press the mute button.
You lady.
I did it.
Sorry, let me get back to where we were.
Prenatal summer over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I found it. Less than 30 weeks. The fetus was discovered after Luis Mantilla, who has become dedicated to proving the mummies are real, noticed how Montserrat's hands were close around her stomach. I observed the position of the hands as if she had wanted to protect her gestating belly. One hand above and one below, he told Daily Mail. The abdomen dried out, lost hydration, and became almost flat, but the hands remained in that position. The team refers to the mummies as tridactyl due to their three-fingered hands, an unusual trait that has fueled speculation about their origin, including the possibility of extraterrestrial or reptilian ancestry. Mantilla noted that the organs identified so far show anatomical similarities with those of humans, though he emphasized the need for deeper on-site analysis to draw reliable conclusions. Scans suggest that the fetus had dried out within the womb over time, he said. As the tissue shrank, the muscles in the uterus retained their general shape, but the soft, underdeveloped skull and the facial bones shifted. When the scientists digitally reconstructed the fetus, they found its face had turned backward. When asked whether the fetus could have been a hybrid of half human, half tridactyl, Dr. Jose Zalce, former director of the Mexican Navy Medical Department and leader expert in the investigation, said such a determination would require DNA testing. For now, the only clear anatomical similarity between the fetus and the mother is the tridactyl structure of the hands and feet, he noted. The team estimated that the Montserrat died between the ages of 16 and 25. She stood approximately 5 feet 3 inches tall and had implants in her hands, chest, and head. According to the researchers, the implants appear to have density similar to metal. A visible object on Montserrat's head appears to have been implanted while she was still alive, according to the scientists who noted that the skin seems to have grown around the implant. The team also discovered metallic plates throughout the bodies of the other mummies, some located inside, covering bones, and others attached externally to the skin. These implants appear to be biofunctional as they show no signs of rejection by the body. These polymetallic plates were analysed using light-based measurement techniques and found to contain an alloy of copper, cadmium, osmium, aluminium, gold, and silver, said Dr. Zalce. Notably, the silver is over 95% pure, a rarity in nature. Cadmium and osmium, both relatively modern discoveries, are materials currently used in satellite communications and aerospace structures. That's the story.
All right.
So I have a couple of thoughts. The bit at the end there, trying to link the materials, to satellite communications and aerospace structures tries to imply it's space-related. But materials are used for all sorts of things. I think they're just trying to heavily say, it's It's aliens. And the guy said, one of the guys, I can't remember who it was now.
At the very start.
A bit earlier on, one of the guys, but he specifically said that he's dedicated his life to proving they're aliens. And it's like, well, surely what you want to do is dedicate your life to proving what they are one way or the other.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, no,
that they're aliens. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also, I've not entirely made up my mind about these. I mean, I'm fairly confident they're not
real.
Not real.
Yeah.
But if they did find a fetus in one, like if they were created, you know what I mean? That'd be weird for someone to create a pretend little fetus inside it as well.
Yeah.
That'd be a weird thing to do. So maybe it's more of a natural thing, but it's like maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying.
Skeptical.
I wonder if. Yeah, I remain skeptical.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot around these that are very suspicious. But they keep looking into them, coming up with things. They keep popping up in the news. They're weird. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Bit sus, innit?
Yeah. Do you think they're real?
Nah.
Do you think the fetus inside them is real?
Nah.
You don't think that's real?
Nah.
You think that's
I think they're playing.
Forged?
I think that it is as real as when you put them alien slime toys together to make a baby alien.
Did that work?
Not real. I think it was only with certain ones, wasn't it?
Well, there were some that didn't work.
I think there was a certain type of one
right
that had one inside it, and you cut it open or something, and there was a baby inside it.
Okay.
But it wasn't all them with the flat backs where you put the backs together and they make a baby. That wasn't true.
Because everyone said that happened,
Yeah.
but then loads of people were also like, no, it's not true. You put them together, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But there were some that I think if you cut it open,
Yeah.
there was a baby inside.
Okay.
But you didn't have to put it with another one to make
Fair
the
enough.
baby. The baby was already there, and it was a different thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. So basically what I'm saying is skeptical.
Fair enough. Shall we move on then?
Okay.
Story 3.
Tres.
Men disguised as police attempt to steal sphere-shaped UFO after new information is revealed.
Okay.
Now, you'll remember we talked last month, I believe, about this sphere.
Yes.
The Buga Sphere.
The what?
The Buga Sphere.
Was that
with
what it
the
was
writing
called?
on it. And they said...
that was what it was called?
The Buga Sphere. It had writing on
Saying
it.
like that.
And they said AI said what it meant, and it was some message from the stars or whatever. It also said it had no seams on it.
Yes.
But then it did, right?
Yes.
Around the middle. Because we thought that was weird. Anyway. The
Only
source
because we saw a picture of it, didn't we?
Yeah, we looked at the picture. The source for this is the Mail Online.
Okay.
UFO researchers in Mexico claim that a group disguised as police have tried to steal the mysterious orb scientists may have... steal the mysterious orb scientists believe may prove the existence of aliens. Dr. Stephen Greer, a notable name in UFOs, an American ufologist and retired physician, revealed on X that fake policemen attempted to enter the vault in Mexico City where the suspected UFO is being kept while scientists examine. Do you mind not talking while I'm talking? Thank you.
I'm just saying, maybe you should pause to yawn and not yawn for your words.
I'm just saying. Shush.
Oh, my bad.
Anyway, the fake policeman attempted to enter the vault in Mexico City where the suspected UFO is being kept while scientists examine it. Known as the Buga Sphere, the small metal orb was spotted in March over the town of Buga in Colombia, zigzagging through the sky in a way that defies the movement of conventional aircraft. The object was recovered shortly after it landed and has since been taken to Mexico to be analysed by scientists who have discovered a maze of fibre optic wires inside that suggests it can send and receive signals. Controversial UFO researcher Jaime Maussan, who has several claims about extraterrestrials debunked in recent years, hosted an international conference to discuss the latest findings on the Buga Sphere on the 20th of June. US Congressman Eric Burleson of Missouri and Dr. Greer were among a group of American officials in attendance when Maussan claimed that the imposters attempted to steal the Buga Sphere. Greer added that the scientists have already taken samples of the UFO and that will be taking samples of the UFO that will be tested in a state-of-the-art lab to determine if the sphere really is from another planet. Those scientists and their information have been provided to the top law enforcement. Any sort of attempts to interfere with this examination will be known, and the people and perpetrators will be held accountable for it, Greer said in a June 21st post on X. According to the researchers at the conference, this is the first UFO recovered by private citizens and solely controlled by non-government scientists. Sorry. The attempted robbery came right after Musan and other researchers revealed that they are trying to reactivate the sphere using an electrical charge. According to the Rodolfo Garrido, and a Mexican engineer working with a scientist from the National Autonomous University of Mexico, the sphere gave off a strong, decaying ionized field. That field was responsible for somehow dehydrating the field it landed in, killing all the grass and soil there. The 20th of June presentation also revealed new images of the interior of the Buga Sphere, showing the nucleus of the device appears to be similar in design to inventor Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower from the early 1900s. The concept of the tower was to send electrical power through the air and ground without using wires, potentially providing free or cheap energy to homes, businesses, and even ships or planes. Garrido said the Buga Sphere may have operated in a similar way, with miniature Wardenclyffe Tower hidden inside the UFO. However, the engineer told reporters that scientists have no plans of cutting the sphere in half to reveal what's really inside. Instead, they're working on plans to power it back up so the sphere will begin rotating and levitating again. It could be a theory that once it levitates, it could have direct communications with whoever sent it, Garrido said through a translator. There has been no confirmation of Musan's claims about the robbery attempt. The journalist has been tied to several debunked claims, including multiple incidents where Musan claimed to have evidence of a real UFO sighting, only for it to be debunked as a comet or star in the night sky. Musan has also claimed to have discovered physical evidence of mummified alien corpses on 3 separate occasions, but none of the incidents have been proven true. During the 20th of June press conference, Musan put pieces of these alleged corpses on display for researchers and government officials, including Greer and Burleson, who were allowed to hold the specimens while wearing gloves. That's the story.
Right.
What do you think?
Been more fun if they'd have actually stolen it.
I find it interesting that there's no confirmation that this apparently attempted theft even actually happened.
Yeah.
So Stephen Greer was saying this. He's American. Presumably he was in America. Jaime Musan's saying this. I believe he's Mexican. So presumably he was in Mexico with them. Is it him? Did he tell Stephen Greer that? And Stephen Greer just said, oh, well,
yeah.
He just believed it and just said it. No, knowing that this guy's been a proven fraudster multiple times. Surely there's some CCTV footage of this happening.
Yeah.
You know? I find it very suspicious that there's apparently no evidence that this actually happened. As far as the sphere and the pictures inside of it and the speculation of what it could do, fair enough. But it doesn't really tell us anything. I've heard Nikola Tesla linked multiple times before to this idea of like, oh, he had a way to make free energy.
Yeah.
And that they didn't want that, so they basically shunned him, killed him off, so that
Ta-ra.
who was the other guy? Edison.
Yeah.
So that his idea would go forward, which they could monetize and make a lot of money off of. Maybe it's true, maybe
Sounds
it's not.
about right, doesn't it?
I'm suspicious of the idea of free energy, but maybe that he had a more efficient way to do it that would have been cheaper, and they went with the other way.
Yeah.
That could be true. I don't know. Either way, I find it hard to believe that this thing has this supposed tower that... I mean, they're not saying it's the same, but it's very similar to the tower that... what's his name now? It's falling out of my head. Tesla came up with. But it's just words.
It's just words.
These are all very suspicious because only certain people have access to them. And only people that want to believe and want to go along with the story seem to come out with anything.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always an initial, open view of it. And then a bunch of people say this is clearly nonsense, and then no one else hears from it except for every now and then someone comes out who's clearly in on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's definitely not true, but I'm saying it's probably not true.
Yeah, probably not.
So, anything else before we move on?
No.
Okay, then. We've got another one for you. This is story 4.
Hey up.
Alien shows up on doorbell camera in Compton, California.
Amazing. I'm ready. Do we have the footage?
So, I think the original source for this was like the person's Facebook page or something. So, I've taken a story from Unexplained Mysteries, our boy TK Randall.
Thanks.
I've taken his right up. Something was lurking outside in the darkness after midnight, and nobody is quite sure who or what it was. The footage, which was captured outside the home of Jessica Ortiz in the early hours of the morning on the 6th of June, has left a lot of people scratching their heads.
Oh, you were
we're recording this too late.
Boy. Oh, yeah, it's 11:15, isn't it?
Yeah. Right at the beginning of the clip, you can see a strange bluish grey figure with an anomalously shaped head walking quickly across the bottom right of the frame. Then a few seconds later, you can hear a series of sounds coming from somewhere nearby. The figure looks like a stereotypical alien, or as one person pointed out, Roger from American Dad.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Quote, I have cameras in the back that are motion censored and they didn't pick anything up, Ortiz told the hidden underbelly. Whatever that is. My aunt lives next door and she said at about 12:45 a.m. she heard 3 loud bangs on the roof of her house, which is wild to me. She said she heard scratching sounds after the second bang and ran to her room and started praying. And that's the whole story. We do have the video there. So we're going to watch the video now, but it will be in the description. So
Don't
feel
need
free.
volume, do you?
Who knows? We might as well have some volume. Why not? Bing. Oh, we've got an advert first. Of course we do. I'm trying to full screen it. And
It's not going well.
it doesn't like it. Can it become bigger? It doesn't want a full screen. I'm just going to skip it. And unmute.
You've got the thingy muted as well.
I don't know.
No, you won't. Yeah, you have.
No, I don't. That's muted.
That's muted.
Why is it... This doesn't make any sense.
What I can only describe as alien-looking creatures. So guys, let's take a look at the footage, and then we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
Do you see it?
It walks like Roger as well. Oh, bloody hell.
Here's what I know about this footage. This was captured.
Oh my God.
Maybe we don't need the audio.
No.
I'm going to mute this guy.
Mute him.
Oh, this is the Hidden Underbelly. It's a YouTube channel, I guess.
Right. Oh my God.
There you go. There it is.
See, in my mind, it is just Roger, and I'm so down for that.
There we
So-
have it. The question has been answered. We caught an alien on video.
What's he doing there?
There he is.
What's that message you got?
Oh, no, it's just something. It's a live, laugh, love kind of sign.
Live, laugh, love.
What,
Live, laugh,
what
aliens.
what I'm looking at in this, the thing that's throwing me is it kind of looks 2D when everything else looks a bit 3D.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
No.
I think it looks a little bit 2D.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like
Got a neck shadow.
it's a screen or something. I don't know. The way it warps around it, I feel like it doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the environment. But that's the video. So I hope you guys
cool.
watched it at home. And you can tell us what you think about it in the comments. Do you think it's real?
Yes,
Yes.
I believe that. That is Roger from American
There he is.
Dad.
Anything else you want to say about it?
I thought it was pretty cool, but I can imagine how bloody scary it was to watch that back, because whenever you watch footage back of, like, you know, like footage that you have on a security camera where you live, it's so unsettling when you suddenly see someone on it who's not meant to be there.
Yeah.
I obviously it could be at a time in the future, but it's like, ugh,
Mm.
that's my space, and they were in it. And if it was an alien,
Mm.
I'd be like, oh my god, can't believe I slept through it. Yeah, it's very believable. I have slept through 2 earthquakes, so
Yeah, I think we've all done that, haven't we? They're not very
on a
strong.
cabin bed.
They're not very strong here, so you
rickety
don't tend to
cabin bed.
notice.
True.
Yeah, I didn't. I can't think of looking at it. I can't think of another like an animal that it might be instead.
Yeah.
It doesn't look particularly like that, but like I say,
maybe someone got lost.
I-
Is it America?
yeah. I think
Can't
it's
be out there real name,
it's
can it?
fake.
Yeah.
Like I say, you don't think it does. I think it looks kind of 2D as it walks past. And I think it's either what's the word? I don't know. Put in there artificially, like as a visual effects thing.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe it could be like a 3D generated image, but within the video, I think it's put on. It's a 2D
Yeah.
object, and they've just had it move behind that.
Maybe.
I think that's my speculation.
I want to believe.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
Maybe it's just someone dressed up as an alien.
Maybe.
And maybe the crashing. They said that was on the roof. Was that the noise that we heard on the video?
I think the roof thing was someone else's house.
next door.
She heard the noise afterwards, but then she said her grandma or something heard noises on the roof, bangs on the roof.
She lived next door, didn't she? That's what she
I
said.
don't know if if it specified,
I
but
said she lived next door, I swear.
I don't think so. But
Go back.
it would have had to be, if it was related, it had to be nearby, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Oh yeah, my aunt lives next door. Her aunt living next door. Yeah. Anyway. Yes.
I'm saying, yeah, because it specified it was like crashing on the roof in that, what she heard.
That crashing was separate. Her aunt lived next door and heard 3 bangs on the roof. And after the second bang, she heard scratches as well.
I reckon there's just some geezer dressed up as an alien.
It's always a possibility.
And he's just had a bit of a tumble because he's not got eye holes big enough in his mask.
Could be.
We've debunked it. Well done.
Let's
Thank
move
you.
on anyway. This next story, the Pentagon disinformation that fueled America's UFO mythology.
Okay.
Source is the Wall Street Journal. This one might be a bit wordy, so I'm just going to get through it. At a certain point, if we kind of decide there's nothing new to garner from it, I'll just quit halfway through.
Oh, yeah. That
We'll
looks
just,
like a big chunk of text.
We'll get the
then.
idea of what's going on at least.
Right, okay. Get the gist.
A tiny Pentagon office has spent months investigating conspiracy theories about secret Washington UFO programs. When it uncovered a shocking truth, at least one of those theories had been fueled by the Pentagon itself. The congressionally ordered probe took investigators back to the 1980s when an Air Force colonel visited a bar near Area 51, a top-secret site in the Nevada desert. He gave the owner photos of what might be a flying saucer. The photos went up on the walls, and into the local law went the idea that the US military was secretly testing recovered alien technology. But the colonel was on a mission of disinformation. The photos were doctored, and now retired officer confessed to the Pentagon investigators in 2023 the whole exercise was a ruse to protect what was really going on at Area 51.
What?
The Air Force was using the site to develop top-secret stealth fighters viewed as a critical edge against the Soviet Union. Military leaders were worried that the programs might get exposed if locals somehow glimpsed a test flight of, say, the F-117 stealth fighter, an aircraft that truly did look out of this world, better than that they believe it came from Andromeda. The episode, reported now for the first time, was just one of a series of discoveries the Pentagon team made as it investigated decades of claims that Washington was hiding what it knew about extraterrestrial life. That effort culminated in a report released last year by the Defense Department that found allegations of a government cover-up to be baseless. In fact, a Wall Street Journal investigation reveals the report itself amounted to a cover-up, but not in the way the UFO conspiracy industry would have people believe. The public disclosure left out the truth behind some of the foundational myths about UFOs. The Pentagon itself sometimes deliberately fanned the flames in what was amounted to the US government targeting its own citizens with disinformation. At the same time, the very nature of the Pentagon operations, an opaque bureaucracy that kept secret programs embedded within secret programs, cloaked in cover stories, created fertile ground for the myth to spread. These findings represent a stunning new twist in the story of America's cultural obsession with UFOs. More recently, things took an ominous turn when the handful of former Pentagon officials went public with allegations of a government program to exploit extraterrestrial technology and hide it from Americans. Those claims led to the Pentagon's investigation. Now, evidence is emerging that the government efforts to propagate UFO mythology date back all the way to the 1950s. This account is based on interviews with 24 current and former U.S. official scientists and military contractors involved in the inquiry, as well as thousands of pages of documents, recordings, emails, and text messages. At times, as with the deception around Area 51, military officers spread false documents to create a smokescreen for real secret weapon programs. In other cases, officials allowed UFO myths to take root in the interest of national security. For instance, to prevent the Soviet Union from detecting vulnerabilities in the systems, protecting nuclear installations, stories tend to take on. I say blah 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 because I said I was talking as if it was going to continue the sentence, but there was a full stop there. So, for instance, to prevent the Soviet Union from detecting vulnerabilities in the systems protecting our nuclear installations. I say our. It's America. Stories tended to take on a life of their own, such as the 3-decade journey, a purported piece of space metal that turned out to be nothing of the sort. And one long-running practice was more like a fraternity hazing ritual that spun wildly out of control. Investigators are still trying to determine whether the spread of disinformation was the act of local commanders and officers or a more centralized institutional program. The Pentagon omitted key facts in the public version of the 2024 report that could have helped put some UFO rumors to rest, both to protect classified secrets and to avoid embarrassment. The journal investigation found. The Air Force, in particular, pushed to omit some details it believed could jeopardize secret programs and damage careers. The lack of full transparency has only given more fuel to conspiracy theories. Members of Congress have formed a caucus composed mainly of Republicans to examine unidentified anomalous phenomenon, or UAP, in bureaucratic speak. The caucus has demanded the intelligence community disclose which agencies are involved with UAP crash retrieval programs. Sean Kirkpatrick, a precise, bespectacled scientist who once spent years studying vibrations in laser crystals, was nearing retirement from government service when he received the call that would change his life. We know about Sean Kirkpatrick. He was the former head of ARROW. ARROW? All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, yeah, ARROW. And he basically came out and said, there's no evidence of the UFOs are extraterrestrial. And a lot of people weren't happy about that. And he keeps doing interviews saying, but they're not real after the fact.
Right.
Anyway, by 2022, he had ascended to chief scientist at the Missile and Space Intelligence Center at Redstone Arsenal near Huntsville, Ala. As he sat at his desk at 6:31 in the morning, at 6:31 morning, drinking coffee and skimming through intelligence reports that had come in overnight, his Tandberg desk phone, essentially a classified version of FaceTime, rang. It was a deputy undersecretary from the Pentagon who was putting on a tie as he told Kirkpatrick about a new office Congress ordered the department to set up to examine unidentified anomalous phenomena. The undersecretary and I put together a shortlist of who could do it, and you're at the top, the official relayed, adding that they had settled on Kirkpatrick because he both had a scientific background and had built a half-dozen organizations within the intelligence community. Is that the real reason Kirkpatrick counted, or am I the only one stupid enough to say yes? In short order, Kirkpatrick had the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office up and running, just the latest in an alphabet soup of special government projects set up to study UFOs, stretching back more than half a century. ARROW, as it is known, operate out of an unmarked office near the Pentagon with a few dozen staffers and a classified budget. As Kirkpatrick pursued his investigation, he started to uncover a hall of mirrors within the Pentagon, cloaked in official and non-official cover. On one level, the secrecy was understandable. The US, after all, had been locked in an existential battle with the Soviet Union for decades. Each side determined to win the upper hand in the race for ever more exotic weapons. But Kirkpatrick soon discovered that some of the obsession with secrecy verged on the farcical. A former Air Force officer was visibly terrified when he told Kirkpatrick investigators that he had been briefed on a secret alien project decades later and was warned that if he ever repeated the secret, he could be jailed or executed. The claim would be repeated to investigators by other men who had never spoken of the matter, even with their spouses. It turned out to be that the witnesses had been victims of a bizarre hazing ritual. For decades, certain new commanders of the Air Force most classified programs, as part of their induction briefings, would be handed a piece of paper with a photo of what looked like a flying saucer. The craft was described as an anti-gravity maneuvering vehicle. The officers were told that the program they were joining, dubbed Yankee Blue, was part of an effort to reverse engineer the technology on the craft and were told never to mention it again. Many never learned it was fake. Kirkpatrick found the practice had begun decades before and appeared to continue still. The Defense Secretary's office sent a memo out across the service in the spring of 2023, ordering the practice to stop immediately, but the damage was done. Investigators are still trying to determine why officers had misled subordinates, whether as some type of loyalty test or a more deliberate attempt to deceive or something else. After that 2023 discovery, Kirkpatrick's deputy briefed the President Joe Biden's Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, who was stunned. Could this be the basis for the persistent belief that the US has an alien program that we've concealed from the American people? Haines wants to know. According to people familiar with the matter, how extensive was it, she asked. The official responded, "Ma'am, we know it went on for decades. We're talking about hundreds of people. These men signed NDAs. They thought it was real." If you want to read more about it, about the apparent explanations for the sightings and how it's all actually the Pentagon's fault, you can read that on the Wall Street Journal's website. The story is by Joel Schechtman and Aruna Viswanatha. I'm going with Viswanatha.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you want to read more, that's where it is. So a couple of things. Number one, I think we all kind of expected that a certain amount of the UFO law would be intentional disinformation that the US government had put out, or other governments had put out there.
Yeah.
That's not entirely surprising. The other thing is, notably, a lot of people have been speculating that Sean Kirkpatrick himself is part of disinformation. So saying that it's all disinformation could be the disinformation.
Oh.
I'm not saying it necessarily is.
Double block.
It's also possible that it is all stemming from some nonsense that they put out there to try and hide secrets.
Yeah.
That is possible. But what the problem is, once people start lying, who do you believe?
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyone is capable of lying, but once you know people are willing to lie for a certain reason, then how do you necessarily trust anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to have a certain level of just trust that people are being honest with you.
Yeah.
But in situations like these, when it comes to the government, it's safer to assume they're always lying.
Yeah.
Because you really just don't know. What do you think?
No thoughts.
No thoughts. Not a single thought.
Yeah, covered it.
I mean...
Oh, no. Makes sense.
When Arrow talked about when they did their findings, it's more David Grush when he came out, I believe. He said the earliest known case of a UFO crash and retrieval was, I can't remember if it was the 40s or the 50s in Italy, or at least that's the earliest that the US government had dealt with.
Yeah.
So when it says that this whole thing goes back to 1950s, I don't know if that's what they're referring to, but they've not given specific evidence of that being fake. You know what I mean? Like Roswell and stuff. When this guy gave out pictures, this apparently US official gave out pictures of a supposed UFO. That was in the 80s. That was long after all these had happened.
Yeah.
So the question is, did they come up with it originally? And then it spread from there, and they come in within in 1940. They're like, okay, we're gonna start saying this now, and then they've just continued it on, or did things actually happen, and then they leaned into that as part of disinformation to cover up what they were doing as well? And the latter seems very viable,
Yeah.
you know? Assuming any of it actually happened, which, again, we really don't know. But there's a lot of reason to believe some of this stuff may have happened.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, this had this hazing thing where they've been giving people these things and saying, oh, don't say anything, or, you know, it's
Yeah.
classified and what have you. But I find it hard to believe that many were
Hazed.
hazed and continue to believe it, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical of that. But that's what this story's saying. And maybe it's disinformation, so maybe we don't believe it.
Yeah.
Anything else to say before I move on?
No.
Okay. This is story 6 for UFOs. Flying saucer UFO is caught on camera by US military in newly released footage. Another one from the Mail Online. US military personnel captured an eerie flying saucer UFO in incredible new footage that has just been released to the public. Investigative journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, we know them, say the video was recorded by government personnel over the Afghan-Pakistan border in November 2020. They released it to the public on Tuesday. It shows a massive disc weaving in and out of cloud cover. The Department of Defense labeled the disc a UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, and it looks markedly different to other tic-tac-shaped UFOs seen in recent military footage. The raw thermal imagery, along with 2 additional enhanced clips produced by the US government, show the unidentified craft abruptly changing directions without any visible signs of propulsion. This is the first time in history that military film footage of a disc-shaped UAP, designated as such by the military, has been captured on camera and released to the public, Corbell told DailyMail.com. It has implications that are huge. The object was spotted during a reconnaissance mission by a high-altitude Air Force platform. According to the internal government slides Corbell and Knapp have seen, the UAP was described as navigating through clouds and characterized as a disc. The military's own internal enhancements, now made public, further underline the object's unusual heat signature or lack thereof. You do not see plumes of heat coming off this disc-shaped object, Corbell explained. This was captured on a thermal sensor. It should have detected heat if any traditional propulsion was present, but there's nothing. That's one of the wildest aspects. In simple terms, that means it's unclear exactly how the disc is being powered. Terrestrial aircraft tend to use jet or propeller engines, which can leave obvious trails across the sky. The footage was extensively studied within intelligence community investigations for years, known to those with high-level access but never intended for public release. Corbell and Knapp said they spent over 2 years validating the authenticity of the clips with multiple sources, including individuals who actively work in official US government UFO programs. The source is legit. We know it's real, Knapp confirmed during the latest episode of their podcast, Weaponized. It was not supposed to be made public, but it should have been. The object is estimated to be between 200 and 400 meters in diameter, though Corbell admits its exact size is still being debated, with further analysis required to offer more accurate perspective on its size. The videos released include a raw capture from the reconnaissance platform where the disc can barely be seen at first as it enters frame. A government-enhanced zoomed version revealing the object's distinctive saucer shape and directional shift, and a heavily enhanced clip used by the military for analysis, showing the disc in greater detail but with a glitch that highlights the risk of over-processing. So we have the videos.
Woohoo.
I haven't watched these yet.
Okay.
But my first thought is what seems to be the actual most interesting bit of these videos is if it really does move direction quickly. Because that's one of the things that a lot of these claims about UFOs is that they shift directions and insane speeds that would be impossible for us to do.
Yeah.
What it said at the start of this is that this video shows this craft doing that.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't necessarily mean that it's real, or at least that it is a UFO. It could be misidentification. But if it does show that, that is at least interesting.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch the video now. Again, it'll be in the description, so watch along with us and give us your thoughts. We're just going to bring it up here.
I'm ready.
Another advert. Typical. It's on YouTube. There's always adverts. We're gonna have the sound off for this because I don't think we need the sound. Skip ad, please. Thank you. Here we go. Video 1. Looking at some clouds. Can't see it at the moment. It did say it's hard to see and it'll come into frame. I'm not seeing anything yet. Didn't see it. Didn't see it at
No.
all. This is a zoomed in one. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
There it is. Was that it?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Oh,
There
yeah,
it is. There it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
So I suppose because it comes down there initially and then goes this way, I suppose that's the change in
Mm.
direction.
Yeah.
You don't really see it like turn on a dime
No.
because it goes behind some clouds, what looks like some clouds,
Yeah.
and then it comes out the other side. It's difficult to tell how fast it's going. Again, there's no banana for scale, so it's very difficult to
Not banana.
see what's going on with this.
Yeah.
It does sort of look like the one from Nope.
Oh. I love that film. Bloody love it.
So it's an interesting video, definitely.
Yeah.
But as with almost every single one of these videos, it's like there's no context around it. You know what I mean? This could be
Yeah.
under a microscope for all I know.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that I'm looking at that tells
yeah.
me what's going
That's
on,
the
really.
issue with them ones, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, interesting, well worth watching.
It was
You
cool,
have to
though.
make up your own mind about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think it's real?
I think it's real, but
You think it's not doctored footage? It's real footage, but it's not. You're not convinced
not
it's of a
convinced
UFO.
what it is, yeah.
Understandable. That's often the case.
Mm.
But there we go. Yet more footage of UFOs. Aliens announced. So that's all the stories we have for UFOs.
Wee.
We're going to move on to cryptozoology
Woo, woo,
now.
woo,
We've got a couple of stories for that.
woo.
And then we'll have a few others that don't fit into the main
Others.
3 categories at the end. For
They're
you.
not like other stories.
Here's the first one. Our old friend's back. Dubious Colorado Bugfit. Bugfit.
Bugfit.
Dubious Colorado Bigfoot clip sparks publicity stunt accusations.
Hey up.
The source is Colorado River Expeditions.
Okay.
Well, that's the source of the video. But again, the story I've taken is from Unexplained Mysteries.
Classic.
Recently released footage shows what appears to be a Bigfoot-like creature hiding among some trees. The clip, which comes courtesy of tour company Colorado River Expeditions, was filmed on the 24th of May this year by a guide during the first trip of the season up to the upper Colorado River. Quote, "No CGI, no fakes, just wilderness and raw footage," the firm wrote in the video's caption. While many videos of alleged cryptids are too indistinct to make out, this one certainly isn't. The Bigfoot is clear as day and can be seen peeking out from behind trees nearby. Tour participants can also be heard chatting in the background as the creature moves around. The video generally falls into the too good to be true category, not least because it's so clear, but because the supposed creature is so stereotypical in appearance that it is almost certainly someone wearing a Bigfoot costume.
Mm-hmm.
Its movements are also far too human-like to be a genuine animal. In all likelihood, the stunt was organised to gain publicity for the touring firm. I see TK Randall is not a believer in this one. But let's make up our own minds. I think we'll have some audio for this one to see if we can hear what the people are saying. We do have the video. It will be in the description. Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
All the usual stuff.
Classic.
Here it is. Watching it now. Where is he?
Like, where's Wally?
We're looking for him. They're talking about seeing some, I think. Yeah.
Dude, it's like hidden in the tree.
Nothing yet.
He's straight up there.
Oh, there it is.
Look at my phone, you can
Was he dabbing?
He might be dabbing.
That's him.
Weird. It really annoyed me how long it took that woman to point the camera at it.
I think it was the guy operating the camera.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The guy then. But the guy seemed to know where it was.
No, he couldn't find it at first. And then it cut to when he had found it.
And then one of the women were like, it's near that. And then the other woman were like, I don't know. Anyway, whoever filmed it.
There he is,
Stressed
Sassy
me
himself on camera.
The
It's
did
too
look
good.
silly.
It's in the too good to be true category, right?
Yeah.
So, does that mean if you happen to hypothetically see Bigfoot and you take a perfect clear fit video of him and it really is Bigfoot,
It'll be too good
it's too good to be true and it's definitely fake.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Maybe even harder now with AI in that one.
I mean, I'm not saying it is real, but I'm just saying, you know, you can't have a too good to be true category.
Yeah.
Because then you just try not to believe it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Real or fake?
I think it's real, whether or not that's really Bigfoot.
I like the video. It's like a found footage movie style thing.
It is, isn't it?
It does feel sort of directed, especially when they cut and then he's there. You know what I mean? But it's fun.
Maybe they're bringing out a Bigfoot film.
Could be.
And this is promo for it.
Could be.
What is it? ARG? Is that it?
I don't think it's an ARG,
I was just goofing.
but could be some viral marketing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so make up your own minds. Don't ask us.
Yeah, don't ask us. We don't know.
Let's go for the next story.
Okay.
Salt Lake man allegedly attempts to attack with wooden stake. Claims victim was a werewolf.
You need a silver bullet for a werewolf.
I think this is the first time we've had werewolves in.
I'm gonna just
in a
jump on
podcast.
as the supernatural expert and say that a wooden stake is for a vampire, and you want a silver bullet for a werewolf.
Well, for a fictional werewolf, sure, but I imagine a real werewolf, assuming it's a real creature, anything.
That'll do the job, won't it?
Yeah. The source for this is KUTV. A Salt Lake City man was arrested after allegedly attacking another man with a wooden stake, claiming the victim was a werewolf and threatening to pierce his heart.
Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
Police said dispatchers received several reports of an attack involving a weapon on Saturday afternoon on the 14th of June. According to arrest documents, 24-year-old Jose Manuel Perez was getting lunch with the victim when he suddenly began hitting him. The victim attempted to escape several times, but Perez reportedly put him in a chokehold to stop him. Perez then pulled out a wooden stake with a nail protruding from it and told the man that he is a werewolf and he was going to pierce his heart, police said.
Wait, so which one started the attack?
Perez.
Who is the one with the stake?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The victim eventually fought back and escaped. However, Perez allegedly took the man's backpack and fled the scene. Officers later found Perez with the victim's backpack and several rocks in his pockets. He reportedly told police he was armed because he believed the victim was going to kill him. Perez admitted to taking the backpack but claimed it wasn't a robbery, saying police were going to return it to the victim. Perez was booked into the Salt Lake County Metro Jail on one count of aggravated robbery, a first-degree felony. Interesting that it was only done for aggravated robbery and not attempted murder.
Yeah, not like assault or all.
Yeah,
Weird.
not assault, not
So
mur-
it was
not
someone he
attempted murder.
knew. They'd met up.
Yeah, it seems to suggest he knew him. He doesn't specifically say he knew him, but it
They
said
did meet up for.
he was getting lunch with him,
Yeah.
so he must have known him somewhat. And then he just
Memo.
started hitting him. So is it a case of him being crazy? Is he on drugs, or was the other guy a genuine werewolf?
I don't think he was a genuine werewolf.
Why not?
He's not clarified why he thinks he's a werewolf.
Well, maybe he didn't say it because he didn't want to sound crazy.
Well, you've already attacked the man with a wooden stake. You may as well.
Why do you
air
think
out
he's
your
not a werewolf? Why do you
grievances.
think he couldn't be a werewolf? Explain yourself.
I just think that guy thinks he's a werewolf.
But you don't have a reason why he's not a werewolf.
No. I don't know
So,
enough about werewolves other than you kill them with a silver
Confirmed,
bullet.
it could be a werewolf. Confirmed.
Don't do this to me. I
Confirmed.
want to
Ren
know
says
more
he's a
about
werewolf.
that man. I want to hear more about his mental state. I want to know if he's been looked after because he's clearly not okay. He's clearly...
Well, there is no more information. So.
Well, fuck off with this lacking story then.
I did look for more information.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find any. So,
I think he's just having a bit of a mental break, you know?
in conclusion, Ren agrees the man was a werewolf.
In conclusion,
Shall we move on?
Ren agrees that the guy knows nothing about werewolves because he's tried to kill him with a wooden stick.
You watch too many movies.
I'm sorry, but that's all I've got to go off of, which is the same as what that man's got to go off of,
Why don't you
right?
try talking to a real werewolf and ask them?
Well, get me this fella then, since I clearly believe he's a werewolf.
If there's any werewolves listening, please,
Tell us best how to kill you.
yeah, comment about it. Thanks. Right, let's move on. That's
Well,
all.
if I was attacking a oh, you're still talking. No, but you know, we don't know all about them. So if you're gonna go off of the films and the books, right?
You
Just
might.
to be sure.
You might.
And where was it again? It was in America, right?
Course
It's
it
easier
was.
to get a gun and carve a little stick.
Of course it was.
Did he carve it himself? Look, I need more information on this story. And don't you start spreading misinformation that I'm declaring that man a werewolf.
Declared.
Leave that man alone. Anyway, I'm going to stop you right there, Sam. We're going to move on to the next story.
All
This
right,
is on
shall
the
we?
other category.
That's everything we have for cryptozoology.
That's what I was about to say. Why were you interrupting me? This is my show now.
Here's some other stuff for you. You might like this one.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Who, me or them?
All of you.
Ooh.
Angry beekeeper sets bees on police during routine traffic stop.
I'm so down.
See?
Go
I
on,
thought you'd
son.
like it.
Go on.
Source for this one is Oddity Central. An unusual incident took place last Friday on the whatever that road is, N11, N-II, whatever it is, in Cervera, a small town in the Catalonian province of Lleida, whatever. A local police patrol noticed that the driver of a van wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was driving erratically, so they pulled him over.
He was getting attacked by bees.
The 70-year-old man immediately set the tone of the interaction with the phrase, "I should have run you over."
Jesus
And things only got more heated from then on. Suspecting that the man was under the influence of alcohol, the officers asked him to take a breathalyzer test, which yielded a result of 0.38 milligrams per litre, MGL. I don't know if that's...
I'm no longer rooting for the bee man.
I don't know what the limit is, so I've no idea if that's high or low.
Yeah.
It sounds low, but I don't know. But when they asked him to repeat the procedure to confirm the first reading, the driver became really upset and threatened to kill him. "Now I'm going to kill you," the irritated beekeeper allegedly shouted at the traffic cops. And before they could even react, he went to the back of his van and unleashed a swarm of honeybees that immediately started attacking the policeman. According to the Catalan newspaper, Segri, whatever, the two policemen were stung several times and had to flee the scene to take refuge in a nearby restaurant,
Oh my God.
while the beekeeper casually got in his car and drove off. After calling for reinforcements, the policemen were able to leave the restaurant and track down the elderly beekeeper. The unnamed man was arrested but released on bail just hours later after giving a statement. Meanwhile, the two policemen were taken to the emergency room and administered cortisol to mitigate the effects of the bee stings. This week, reliable sources told Segre that the offender was judicially acquitted of the crime of assault, but the newspaper was not able to verify the information.
Wow.
So he threatened to kill him. He set bees on him, which put him in the emergency room, and they just let him go.
Yeah.
What? Do you not think that's suspicious? Who is this bee man?
It's quite funny though, isn't it?
And
It is
was
and
he-
it isn't.
And if he wasn't drunk, what the hell was going on?
What's his
Why
beef?
is he 70-year-old driving around with bees in the back of his van?
In case
Bees-
such an event as he gets caught
Bees he
driving
obviously
without
didn't
his
care that
bloody
much
seatbelt
about
on.
because he just let him go.
Mm.
There's no way he's gathering them back up, right? Just let him go.
Well, presumably he's still got Queen Bee.
Maybe,
Come back
I don't
for
know.
Queen Bee.
It's very sus. Do you have any thoughts on it?
That's wild.
Uh-huh.
I was rooting for him at first. I'm no longer rooting for him When I found out I was driving without his seatbelt on.
I
And he
wonder,
was very rude.
was it Jason Statham in an old person mask?
Maybe.
Because he did that movie,
Maybe it
The
was a
Beekeeper.
jackass stunt.
He was a
They did that old
beekeeper in
man
the
one.
Beekeeper movie.
I've not seen that.
Neither have I.
Oh, so you just...
I just know. I've seen the
Saying
trailer. I
things.
just know he is. He's a beekeeper.
You don't know. The trailer might lie.
He didn't lie.
It's
It's
like
in
the
the name of the
Superman
movie.
trailer.
Didn't lie to me.
When they removed the blink.
It's not a lie, though. It's just a different take.
I don't think it was a different take. I think they just edited
Anyway.
it out. Anyway.
Let's move on from there.
From the bees.
Scientists are trying to solve a staggering mystery off the San Francisco coast. The source for this is SF Gate. A mystery is brewing in the waters off the coast of San Francisco. It started last month when a female grey whale washed up dead on Black Sands Beach in the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. She was first observed floating on the northwest side of Alcatraz Island, where she surprised a wedding photographer and had scientists paddling out to reach her to collect samples of her skin and blubber and try to understand how she died. They still don't know, even as record sightings of the massive animals have been reported in San Francisco Bay this year. As many as 33 individual whales have been recorded passing through the area in comparison to just 6 in 2024. The California Academy of Sciences said in a Wednesday news release, calling it an unusually high number of sightings. The Research Institute said experts are still trying to understand the reason for the massive spike as it announced a wave of 5 new grey whale fatalities in the Bay Area this week alone, raising the tally to 15 total whale deaths so far in 2025. Of those mortalities, 14 were grey whales and 1 was a rare juvenile minke whale that experts from the Sausalito-based Marine Mammal Center had to euthanize after it beached itself on multiple occasions, suffering from a severe sunburn and struggling to breathe. And while 3 of the grey whales were determined to have probably died as a result of vessel strikes, one of the most common causes of death alongside entanglement and killer whale predation, the causes of the majority of the deaths still remain unknown. What's unfolding in San Francisco Bay right now is very dynamic. Is a very dynamic, evolving situation that is still very much under investigation. Giancarlo Rulli, a spokesperson for the Marine Mammal Center, told SFG over the phone. What we're seeing are staggering figures, and local scientists are still trying to get answers. The recent grey whale deaths were reported between 21st of May and 28th of May off the coast of Bolinas Fisherman's Bay by South Farallon Island, Berkeley, Point Bonita, Alcatraz, and near Alameda Falls in Point Reyes National Seashore. None of these places mean anything to me, so I have no idea how to pronounce them all.
Cool.
Scientists were unable to perform necropsies on most of the animals, with one partial necropsy yielding inconclusive results due to a variety of factors, including the difficult-to-reach locations of their bodies, poor tissue quality, and lack of available space to tow the carcasses for further investigation. Another snag in unraveling the mystery is the variety of behaviors demonstrated by the whales that are still passing through San Francisco Bay on their 12,000-mile-long migration to their summer feeding grounds in the Arctic. Some, like the first whale that washed up on Black Sands Beach, appear emaciated, while others look relatively healthy. Rulli said, some are staying in the bay for just a day or two, while about 1/3 of the 33 documented whales have spent a minimum of 20 days in the area. There's not necessarily a through line by which all of them are following, Rulli said, which makes finding a specific trend more challenging. It's an open question. Experts plan to closely monitor the population health of the species over the next 2 weeks, after which they're expected to depart the area and continue making their way north, but concerns linger over the sheer number of deaths. Rulli noted his partners at the Academy haven't responded to this many dead grey whales in the Bay Area since 2019, the first year of an unusual mortality event that lasted through 2023. It caused the North Pacific grey whale population to plummet by about 45%, as 690 whales died along the west coast, with ecosystem changes in their Arctic feeding areas cited as a likely culprit. The recent deaths have raised the question whether whales are going through their third mortality event in 2 decades, the first of which occurred between 1999 and 2000. Both the Academy of Sciences and the Marine Mammal Center see it as a possibility, especially as calf counts in Southern California have reached record lows. Michael Milston, a spokesperson for the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration, said the federal government is closely tracking California's whale population and will have a new update on this year's migration within weeks. While the numbers in San Francisco Bay clearly seem unusual, the total number of grey whale strandings/mortalities on the west coast do not look far out of line, he told SFK in an email on Thursday, noting that 38 total grey whales have stranded off the coast of California, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska so far this year, in comparison with 31 last year and 44 in 2023.
Fair play.
So that's the story. So interestingly, what they're saying is the amount of whales that are stranding themselves on a beach and dying overall isn't unusual, but the amount in this one specific location is unusual.
Yeah.
So what's drawing them there to do that? Because they're not doing it elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's where it's happening that's unusual, you know? Now, considering Death Stranding 2's just come out, and a lot of the imagery is about whales stranding themselves on beaches, I don't know if this is a coincidence or if this is some kind of weird Kojima marketing for that game.
Maybe.
But I hope not, because it's a bit far.
What?
If I'm being honest with you, it's a bit far.
Mocking you.
Yeah,
Do you
it's a bit mean.
reckon that scientists will run to gather my blubber when I die?
When you beat yourself.
When I beat myself.
I mean, maybe. Maybe to try and figure out what happened.
The fuck's this bitch done?
But I mean, we don't have many nice beaches here, and we don't see many whales. So it's an unimaginable thing. It seems like it'd be a mad thing to just see an unusual amount of whales on the beach. It seems crazy, but maybe it's quite normal for them.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I say normal. It's not that normal, but you know what I mean. Relatively speaking, it's not something that you'd necessarily be like, what the hell? Yeah. So I don't know. If you're from San Francisco and it is normal, let us know, because that's weird, mate.
That's weird, mate.
I'm just saying it's
Let
weird.
us know, because that's weird, mate.
We're all about weird stuff on this show. You got anything else to say before I move on to the next one?
No, just collect my blubber.
Sick. All right. This one I think's pretty cool, and I don't care if you don't, so I'm going to tell you it. NASA's Voyager 1 is set to shatter space records, becoming the first object to travel a light day from Earth.
Whoa.
Yes. The source is Daily Galaxy.
Is it Galaxy Daily?
In November 2026, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft will achieve an extraordinary milestone, becoming the first human-made object to reach a full light day from Earth. This momentous achievement, scheduled for 15th November 2026, will mark nearly 50 years of Voyager 1's journey since its launch in 1977. As of now, Voyager 1 is located approximately 166 astronomical units from Earth, making it the furthest away any human-made object has travelled. Once it reaches a light day from Earth, it will be a powerful reminder of the vast distances between celestial bodies in our universe. NASA's Eyes on the Solar System tool provides a detailed look at the spacecraft's journey. This achievement will not only represent a scientific milestone, but also continue to push the boundaries of space exploration, showcasing the tremendous distance Voyager 1 has travelled and the scale of our solar system. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 has been on a nearly 50-year journey through the outer reaches of the solar system and into interstellar space. Currently, it is located over 166 astronomical units away from Earth, making its journey incredibly slow in human terms. Traveling at an average speed of 61,195 kilometers per hour, or 38,025 miles per hour. The spacecraft has already surpassed the boundaries of the heliosphere, the bubble particles, and magnetic fields created by the sun. It has become the first human-made object to leave the solar system's protective bubble, entering the vastness of interstellar space. Despite its impressive speed, Voyager 1 still takes about 23 hours, 5 minutes, and 36 seconds for signals to travel between Earth and the spacecraft. I want to pause here for a moment, because what that suggests to me is almost a light day away, right? And it's taking almost a day for messages to travel. I thought it was sending messages via radio signal. Do they travel at the speed of light? Because if it's about a light day away, that's how far light travels in a day. and it takes about a day for the signal to get back to us. So that's just that those two are close, if not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. This delay highlights the challenges of communication over such vast distances. Even at its current speed, the spacecraft will need over a year to cover the additional distance required to reach the light day threshold. It will not reach this milestone until January 2027. I thought it was going to happen on the 15th of November.
Chatting it, mate, aren't they?
There's something weird about this article. You got it all wrong. When it will be located around 25.9 billion kilometers from Earth. This journey, which took nearly half a century, will culminate in a spectacular moment in space history. What a light day means for space exploration. A light day is the distance that light travels in a single day, which is approximately 25.9 billion kilometers. For perspective, this is about 166 times the distance between the Earth and the Sun, known as 1 astronomical unit. Voyager 1's achievement for reaching a light day distance from Earth marks an important step in our understanding of the vastness of the cosmos. The speed of light, though incredibly fast, at 299,792 kilometers per second, highlights the immensity of the space Voyager 1 is navigating. So, an astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. That's what we measure an astronomical unit. They're saying it's 166 astronomical units away already, but then they're saying that is a light day, 25.9 billion kilometers is 166 astronomical units, but it's got a year to get there. All I'm saying is I'm finding flaws in this article. Some of them could be chalked up to just like rounding up, but some of them, like when it said, oh, it's going to do it on the 15th of November, and it's like, oh, it's going to do it in January. It's like, well, that's all wrong then. Those are like 2 months apart. Like, what's going on here? Anyway, shall we continue?
Guess we shall.
This accomplishment serves as a testament to the slow but steady nature of human-made space exploration. The spacecraft's speed, although unmatched in human terms, remains a fraction of the speed of light, meaning that even our fastest vehicles travel incredibly slowly when compared to the cosmos. Despite this, Voyager 1 has traveled farther than any other spacecraft in history, and its journey will continue as it ventures into the depths of interstellar space. While Voyager 1 will soon reach a light day from Earth, its mission is far from over. After this milestone, the spacecraft will continue its journey, powered by its nuclear battery, until it eventually runs out of energy, which is expected to happen in the early 2030s. Despite this, the spacecraft will continue to send back valuable data about the outer reaches of space, providing scientists with crucial information about the conditions beyond our solar system. As it continues to travel through interstellar space, Voyager 1 will remain a symbol of human curiosity and ingenuity. So if the battery is going to die in the early 2030s, and it says, despite this, the spacecraft will continue to send back valuable data, how's it going to give back data when the battery's dead? Or is it weird wording where it means despite its distance, it's going to continue until the battery dies?
Yeah, maybe.
I think
Bloody hell.
maybe the wording's a
This
bit
is right
weird.
confusing, this.
Despite its advanced age, Voyager 1 is still active and transmitting scientific data to Earth. This will likely continue until the spacecraft's power source is depleted, at which point it will fall silent, but its legacy will live on. The spacecraft's journey will eventually take it far beyond the reach of Earth-based technology, but will continue to travel for thousands of years long after its power has ceased. And that's the story. What do you think about that, mate? It's going 32,000 miles an hour or whatever it was.
That's nuts.
And it's taken from 1977 until next year to go the distance light travels in a single day.
That's insane.
That's far too far away.
Yeah.
Imagine how much an Uber would cost.
Space Uber.
yeah.
Spoober.
So nothing to add. It's just sort of worth thinking about.
Yeah.
It's one of those cool vastness of space things that's just like that you can just sit there and ponder for a bit because it's mad.
We're just out here on this pale blue dot.
We mean nothing.
Yep. And that's the note we're leaving now.
That's the podcast. Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you've got anything to say. Matt, please comment about the Dumpston blob information that you said you had for me that you didn't comment in the last video. Please, thank you.
Go on, Matt.
I would like to read that. Yeah, that's everything. I hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed it. You enjoy it?
I did.
Did
A
you?
bit disappointed there were no ghost stories though. That's my favourite.
I can't just make it up.
And that's how you know we're legit.
It's, it's not like, it's not like these things you can just make them up. It's not like they're fake or something.
You know, I did have a bit of a ghosty experience, but I can't really remember it. So
It can't have been that impactful.
I can't remember where it happened, but I swear I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. I think it was in the kitchen, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I thought someone
Was it
had
a fly?
gone past. It wasn't.
You
It
sure
was
about that?
blue. It was like a blue.
Maybe you've gone crazy.
A blue blur. See what I mean? This is why, if ever I do actually see a ghost, Sam's like, yeah, come forward with the information and that. You know what? Don't. He just wants it for a story for his podcast, just so he can slate you like he does
I
me.
just want to monetize it.
Wow.
I
See,
say
you
that.
won't actually believe me if I saw a ghost. If I told you I saw a
We
ghost,
don't
you'd be
get
like,
paid.
I don't believe you.
We don't make any money.
No.
We're doing it for the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Share your stories. Bye.
Bye.